on the banks of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Tennessee started out strong, but limped to the finish line in the SEC last year, going just 4-4. There is work to be done. They did not get extra eligibility for their quarterback, but known as the quarterback whisperer, Josh Heupel looks to rebuild at Tennessee. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And the Volunteers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he takes this from inside the 5. The Bulldogs offense has the ball first today. Guys, the last time these two old foes met, it finished in a one-possession game.
And it's so much fun. There's so much hype. They don't like each other. The rivalry really, really matters. And Jesse, when it's closer games, it's even more fun. Like the last throwdown they had. Expect more of that today.
Yeah, you just know this game is going to be emotional. And I think a big part of it is which of these two teams can handle that emotion. I agree. I think we're expecting this one to go right down to the wire, just like the last time these two teams played.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
They'll ride him again. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen, and you could tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with it. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. He'll get rid of it. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. How about this free safety just being a football player and going and making the tackle?
Just playing free, right? Just floating around. He wasn't designed to blitz, but did a good job seeing the quarterback, going to him, getting him on the ground, and getting the sack.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Gives it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Georgia sends out the punt team. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So Tennessee's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And out there ready to hunt is this terrific linebacking core.
And that matchup with this running back versus these linebackers is a lot of fun. And David, one thing talking to the defense this week is that they take pride in stopping the run. And these linebackers told us in meetings, this guy has not seen a defense like us, and they definitely have not played a linebacking unit as athletic as we are. We are looking to make a statement in this one by shutting this guy down.
And I love the confidence of the young guys, and I love the confidence of this defense, and they got some swag. But make no mistake, this running back is good, and this might be the best guy that they've seen. So can he make plays? Can he make those guys miss and still be the engine of this offense? We've got a tremendous matchup today.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
He'll flip it out to his back. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And that's a frustrating drive. Not the drive they were trying to put together. 3 plays, couldn't find a way to break somebody loose. Catching the football, getting tackled. Offense still trying to get in a rhythm, trying to make something happen on their side of the field.
The Vols will call on their punt team. Not a lot of room to make this catch. No room to bring it back. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Rushes on. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Right on target this time.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. RPO complete. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to keep it in the air. That's caught. It's Humphries. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Fires to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Second and long here. To the air, it's Stockton. Floats it out in space. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. We want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They're all over him. Turns it upfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Quickly out to the tight end. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Sells to fake. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Neyland Stadium alive. A cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it downfield. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. He's looking deep. Pulls it in down the middle. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they gave up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in an individual effort, winning up front, getting around the block, and getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play.
And the Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Out wide right, it's Jackson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
And had they not picked up that 1st down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
The Volunteers will line it up on 1st and 10. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit, you cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They booted away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. On the move, he fires. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Long way to go on second down. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. The sure hands, it's Frazier. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for that first down on third and short from the 28. The play fake. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Caught. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He's got it. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. He splits the uprights. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Third down play from the gun. Right side, it's Cartwright. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Well, how about that play? Curl route, and the receiver, as soon as he turned around against zone coverage, the ball was right on him, so he was able to catch it and go get the first.
And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Drops back on first down. Oh, pressure's coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Second down now after the sack. Left side, it's Matthews. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Got it behind the line. It's Staley. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Straight ahead, it's Bishop. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Run in the red zone, it's Bishop. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Offense facing fourth down.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. Now just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Plowing ahead on fourth down. He's not going to get there. He needed 2 yards, but he just got 1, and the defense comes up with a stop. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And the Dogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. On first down, Nate Frazier finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Got him right there.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last 2 snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get a good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
Complete on third down. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Dogs getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give to Frazier. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Vols will now use their final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On first down, Nate Frazier. They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff for Frazier. Finds a crease at the 20. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach,
And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the fourth. Here comes inside his own 5. And good work by the cover team to get the return man down on the ground. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Cartwright. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And a lot of times football, man, it's just about confidence and feeling good and getting in a rhythm. That's not what this offense has done all day. And now in a moment where you need it, you got to put it together. Where do they go? Like, who is their go-to guy? What is their go-to play? They've struggled all day, but you can erase all of that with one drive right here.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the middle. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.